Hey friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm showing you guys my minimalist makeup routine. Now today's video isn't supposed to be some type of makeup tutorial or anything like that, but I'm just going to share with you how I apply the philosophy of minimalism to an area like makeup. So the look, in a sense, that I'm going to show you today is not one that I do every single day or the only look that I do, but it's one that I gravitate towards a lot. When it's supposed to be quick and casual, this is the one that I'll do. So what I'm basically doing is applying the 80-20 rule to makeup. So the 80-20 rule basically is 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. So what we want to do is we want to find that 20%. So it's about working smarter, not necessarily harder, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use as little time and product as possible to achieve the biggest effect or outcome. Now I say this is not a tutorial because the products that I'll be using is going to be different than the ones that you should be using, because we all have different strengths and weaknesses and different goals when it comes to what we want the end result to look like when it comes to makeup. So I will show you guys what I use, but it's only supposed to be a guideline. You have to figure out what will work for your face. So the question now is probably going to be, okay, but how do I know what product I need to use or want to use? So basically you want to choose only 3 products that you're going to use. Now maybe you already know what 3 products you're going to think of. If you play around with makeup a lot, maybe you already know gut feeling wise what 3 products you want or need to use. But if you're not sure, you can just try it out. So I actually had this period of trial and error, and what I did was, like, for a week or so I only used one makeup product at a time just to see how I feel with it, how it looks, what kind of difference it makes. And I found that some products make so much more of a difference, like look-wise and how I feel, than others. So for example, a product that I think a lot of people immediately gravitate towards when it comes to using as little product as possible is concealer. Now maybe it really does make sense for you, but I found for me that yes, I have things that I could cover, but it didn't create such a big effect when I covered a few things that I would like to cover. But instead, for example, I found that something like blush really makes a really big difference on my face and my look and my complexion, and something that I really like. So imagine you're only allowed to use 3 products. Which ones would you choose? So just try it out and play around with it. Makeup's supposed to be fun. So let's get to the 3 products that I use specifically for my face. So the product that I feel like makes the biggest difference on my face is blush. I have, let's get my bangs out of the way, I have a pretty sallow face, you could say, so there's not a lot of color in my face, in my cheeks, or in my lips. There's not that much there. So that is something that I would like to, in a sense, correct. So my goal with makeup is to look more alive, to look more energetic and youthful, and have that youthful energy. And the blush that I actually use is not a blush, but actually a lipstick. And I like to use a lipstick just because a lipstick can be so multifunctional. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys what a difference adding blush to my face makes. So I just put it onto my finger and then just dab it onto my cheeks. Since this is a matte lipstick, it's not super practical. You should maybe not use a matte lipstick. It just takes a little time to blend. Also, where you place your blush can also make a really big difference, so you can definitely try that out as well. And I also like to add a little bit here on my eyelid / under my eyebrow. just so my whole face looks a little more flushed in a sense. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And then also a little bit on my lips, since I do have that kind of lack of color. And already I feel like this makes such a big difference. So if I were only able to use one product, I would just use blush or a lipstick, since it can be multifunctional, as I said. Now the second area I like to make up are my brows. So I tried around a lot. My brows naturally grow down, and I feel like it can kind of drag my face down a little bit, and I feel like if I brush them up, it just makes the lines of my face go up more. I mean, this is just stuff you notice. I'm sure other people don't notice if I do my brows or not, but I mean, makeup is about feeling your best for you. So I feel like when I brush my brows upwards, it just gives more of that lifted, youthful energy that I really like. And I actually don't use a product for my brows, but I use soap on my brows. It just works best, it holds the best, and it's a product less, which I really like minimalism wise. So I just have this piece of soap and a spoolie, and just wet the spoolie and run it over the soap. You don't want to have everything too wet. You want to pick up the soap without it foaming. And when you have a little bit of soap on your spoolie, I just run that through my brows. And already I feel like it makes such a big difference. And then last but not least, now that I've in a sense corrected the areas that I would like to correct, I now want to enhance my favorite feature, which are my eyes. So I'm going to use mascara last. I feel like with 3 products, that's how you get the maximum effect with minimum effort. So I first curl my lashes. And that's it. It was so simple, so that takes like less than 5 minutes. And of course it's not perfect. We're not here to achieve the 100%, but the 80% with as little effort as possible. So yes, you still see some pimple scars or texture or whatever, especially if I zoom close or I'm a little darker around here, but it's something that is fine with me. So if, for example, there's darkness around here, or if you have any spots or whatever, if you like to conceal that, then pick a concealer. Or if you feel like an eyeliner really enhances your eyes so much more, or you really love your lips and you want to draw the attention there, your 3 product is going to be really different. It really depends on you and your face shape. But I wanted to tell you guys about the philosophy behind it so that you can apply it to your face, and hopefully this kind of makes sense or is helpful to you when I realize and really pare down my makeup routine and the steps that I do to the bare minimum to achieve the maximum effect. I was actually really happy that I could go with so little and still be really happy with the way it look, and it's also really natural, really minimal. So I hope that you found this interesting and helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of me and more minimalism. And I'd also really love to hear what your 3 products are for your face that are going to make the biggest difference. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!